Hello. Yes. Could you tell me what time the visiting hours are at the prison this morning? 11 a.m. Thank you very much. Cэрolайн. Come in. I'm glad I didn't miss you.
Is Jane in some kind of trouble again?
No, this isn't about Jane. Listen, I know that we both agreed to back off on our relationship. But I have to talk to you.
About what?
When I got that message for you yesterday, oh, by the way, the number is here that you're supposed to call.
That's all right. I phoned them last night. They said the dress shop will open at 11 and I can...
At 11, huh?
Yeah. In fact, that's where I was just fixing to go when I got your message. I still don't know how I could be so absent-minded I would leave my whole wallet behind, driver's license and everything. Thank God there's still some honest people in the world.
Yeah. Well, listen, I know you're anxious to go pick it up, so why don't you do that and we'll talk later.
If you sure can wait.
Yeah, it can wait.
All right, then. Thank you. I'll see you before long.
Yes, Victoria.
I'm sorry. Did I startle you?
No, child. The strangest thing happened when I walked in and saw you sitting there in that particular pew. For a moment, I couldn't...
What?
I was so reminded of...
Of Mary.
What does it say about the name Meyson?
Meyson. A surname.
Well, how about Sir Meyson, then? Sir Meyson Wainwright. And for a girl, Addenda Wainwright.
Haven't you realized by now that this is not a joke to me?
I'm sorry, I couldn't resist. I hope it's not a trait that our child will inherit from me. Can I be of assistance?
I don't like any of the names that I've thought of, and I don't like any of the names in this book. I suppose that you wouldn't have any specific names that you...
Matthew, if it's a boy. For a girl, Emily.
What? You've been thinking about this, haven't you?
At one time, I gave my future child's name a great deal of thought. Those were the names that I settled on.
I see.
I understand if you have any reluctance about choosing either one of them.
Miss Eden Capwell?
Yes.
These are for you.
Are you still trying to figure it out, too?
What?
What my mother is up to. I just saw her car pulling out.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, you did yesterday when she left Alice's birthday party.
Listen, you know something, Jane? I'm not interested in analyzing Caroline's behavior.
Well, what did she say to you yesterday when she got back? Anything?
Why would she?
Probably just as well, then. You know, at first I thought it had something to do with C.C. Capwell, since she finally admitted to having an affair with him. But now I don't think he figures into this. But I still can't help to wonder if it's more than a coincidence that she showed up in Santa Barbara when she did.
Jane, I'll tell you something. I am not interested in being suspicious about your mother's comings and goings. And as to where and with whom she is, it's none of my business.
Now, see? Now, what made you think that she was going to...
Jane, damn it! Stop persecuting your mother. Knock it off!
Did you find her? Did you find Alice?
Yes.
Is she all right?
Oh, yes, she's fine. And she's being well taken care of.
Would they move her to another hospital?
No, she's no longer in a hospital. Gus, I have a confession to make. I knew when I was here yesterday that I knew where Alice was.
You lied to me about our daughter.
I'm sorry.
No. I should have expected. What other lies did you tell me yesterday, Caroline?
Please, I didn't know what to expect when I came here. I decided before I saw you that I wouldn't say anything about Alice until I was sure.
Sure what? That I wouldn't hurt her?
Oh, no, not that at all. I know you love her. I love her, too.
Did you tell her? Did you tell her about me? You found me?
No. But I didn't know how to start, or even whether I should start. She hardly remembers you, Gus.
Well, how did she react when you told her you were her mother? You didn't tell her that either, huh?
No, but not how the reason you think. Gus, she went through hell in those institutions. She's just starting to adjust to being on the outside. I couldn't burden her with this now.
I'm not so sure a mother's love would be a burden to her.
But how could I explain? I will tell her when I think she's ready.
She's all right, though.
Oh, yes. She's fine. And she is such a charming woman, Gus. She's so beautiful.
My little girl. She's all grown up. Thank God. Oh, thank you.
She's still troubled about the attack, Gus. She remembers that it was a policeman who tried to rape her, and that it was you that was shot. But I don't think she relates the two. She does talk about you, and it's clear that she loves you. She doesn't know, though, whether you're alive or dead.
I'd do anything for Alice, anything.
Well, you're the only parent she's ever known. And there were so many times that I wanted to call you and find out how our baby was and how she was growing up.
You did call for a while. I remember.
Yeah, obviously not enough. I wouldn't have lost track of you. Finally, I learned how not to think about her. My own daughter, I had to try to block her out of my mind because the pain was just...
Look, you don't have to do that. You don't have to do that anymore.
I know. Neither one of us does. Because I talked to the warden. I know some people in Santa Barbara may be able to help you with your parole.
What? You mean I have to give all this up?
Still make me smile,
Listen, I'd appreciate anything you could do, Caroline. But you'll keep me up on how she's doing?
Oh, yeah, of course I will.
Listen, can I have that picture?
Yeah, I'll get it to the guard. Could you give this to Mr. Jackson, please?
Sure.
Okay. It's good to see you, Caroline.
Goodbye, Gus.
It's my baby. You're so beautiful. Just like your mother.
I don't think that's such a good idea.
Well, there was a certain delivery made a few minutes ago. Doesn't it change something?
Well, I don't see how. It doesn't erase what happened.
Well, I know, but Cruz, you just can't walk away from this gesture.
What do you want me to do?
I want you to, meet me at the Orient Express in an hour.
The Orient Express, you know, sometimes I forget how that place got its name.
From us.
From where we started.
Well, at least you haven't forgotten that.
And you know I never will, Eden. That doesn't mean we can go back.
I'll see you in an hour. Maybe we can go back, Cruz.
I don't want to hear it.
Hey, look here. I know I said that before, right? But, I mean, doesn't a guy have a right to change his mind in this country? Besides, a little time off wouldn't hurt you. I mean, it might be just what the doctor ordered for you.
Well, I had to do something. I mean, that much was obvious.
Yeah, those are pretty flowers, you know. Mind if I have a smell? They smell great. You get them for somebody?
Eden sent it to me.
Yeah. Well, doesn't that usually mean something when a lady sends a guy flowers?
Pearl, I don't want to talk about it, okay?
Oh, boy. I mean, you are so damn touchy whenever I bring up her name. Everybody knows you're acting like a Neanderthal because of her. Everybody knows you took a leave of absence for that reason.
I wish people would stop reminding me of what's wrong with my life. You think I don't know how screwed up it is? I do, believe me. She could send me flowers every day from now to the end of the year. It doesn't make the clock go backwards, Pearl. It doesn't change what's happened.
No, they're pretty anyway.
First time I saw him was when Eden and I were on the Orient Express traveling through Europe. I'll never forget how she looked. We didn't say much to each other, you know. It was like, at a certain point in time, the train came to a halt and some mechanical thing, I don't know. We looked out and there was a meadow filled with those flowers. I got off and picked as many as I could carry. I left them in a compartment. That was the first night Eden and I were close. It felt like the first night of my life. And I knew.
Yeah, you knew what?
Nothing, obviously. Will you get off my desk, man? Why are you always on my desk?
All right, I'm off. You want to hear what my philosophy on this whole thing is? You gotta stop thinking so hard about this whole thing. You were just telling me this beautiful story about this lovely woman that you cast your eyes upon her, you fell in love. It's that simple, the great American story. You didn't at that time look at the situation, try to analyze it, you know, what might go wrong, how things could develop into problems. You know, does she gargle in the morning? What is her world political opinion about? You didn't fight your feelings then, so don't fight your feelings now. You know what they stand for? The past. That's good with you because the past is still alive in you. I don't know how to say this. You and Eden, you still have a chance to boogie. She's willing to give it her best shot, but you can't let your machismo stand in the way.
Machismo has nothing to do with this.
Cruz, you're my friend. I don't want to stand by and see you get more and more bitter. You can't ignore this problem anymore. You can't ignore Eden. Can't afford to. It might be your last chance.
Hi.
Hi, actually, Lionel, we're going to be closing the restaurant in about 45 minutes for a private party.
Oh, I just came to see Julia. I won't stay long.
Oh, she's right over there.
Mason?
Oh, Lionel, it's nothing personal. I have some business to attend to.
Sure.
Talk to you later.
Yeah.
You want to see me?
Yes. Sit down. It's nothing important. It's just the papers concerning the museum's responsibility to your fossils.
Oh.
And they need your signature. There's a pen.
What's the matter? Didn't I sign it in the right place?
I was just wondering what you were thinking about.
Nothing.
I know that there was trouble with you and Kэрolайн yesterday at Alice's birthday party. I could see that.
There is no problem. Believe me.
There's also a saying about protesting too much. Has your friendship with Kэрolайн gone beyond a mere friendship?
It did. But then we called it off. Kэрolайн called it off.
How much of this was there to call off?
Kэрolайн and I had a great deal in common. I needed her. She needed me.
What about Augusta?
If Augusta needed me, she'd be here, wouldn't she? I'm sorry. You know I haven't forgotten about Augusta. You know that better than anyone.
I'm sorry, Lionel.
Yeah. Why are you closing the restaurant down?
Well, these came this morning. Cruz sent them.
Remember.
Well, he gave them to me on the Orient Express when we were in Europe. I mean, I'd almost thought he'd forgotten. I'd almost lost hope.
You're sure you're not reading too much into this?
Oh, no, Mason. He would never do this unless he was serious. I mean, I'd almost forgotten. And then I saw these and it brought everything back. Don't you see, Mason? These were the beginning for us, and Cruz wants a new beginning. So do I.
Michael. Brian? Well, I was hoping in my wildest dreams you would come down. Did you come here to see me? Did you?
No, I'm not sure why I came.
Oh, well, why don't you come on in and tell me?
You know, I couldn't concentrate after you left. Everything in my life was fine, and then you had to walk in and you had to dump on it.
Yeah, well, I guess that's what brothers are all about. Huh?
I thought that I had everything with Alice and you resolved.
Well, it's really pretty simple. It was all in your head, you know. I mean, I missed you. Alice missed you. It's not very complicated.
I don't know her anything, you know. I don't know you anything either.
Well, why don't you come on in and not owe us anything, okay? Please. What do you think of accommodations? Hotel California.
You know, there is no room in my life for you, Michael. There's no room in my life for any family at all.
Well, I'm already in your life, whether you like it or not. I mean, it's a fact of nature. I mean, we both came from the same place, right? In God's mind and mother's belly. You can divorce a wife, but you can never get rid of a brother, and you cannot tell me that you haven't been thinking about me.
I won't deny that. I've been thinking how much I hate you.
Oh, that's a start, anyway. Anything else?
You know, families are supposed to care for one another, Michael. They're supposed to provide some kind of compassion for each other. I mean, that never existed in our family.
I give you no argument about that, kid.
And there wasn't any love either.
Oh, what are you talking about? You know I loved you. I made some mistakes, but I still loved you.
Yeah. Come on. I remember the night that we thought you were supposedly dead after my showdown with the parents in the library. Mom and Dad were angry because they couldn't find me. You know what? They didn't think to look in your room. That's where I was. I sat there all night, talking to you, praying for you, telling you how sorry I was, how much I would miss you. I swore that night from then on that I would forget about being a Bradford, that I would change. I would never ever care again about things like social standing, how people dressed. You can say that I was doing it because I felt guilty about you, but I was really doing it for you.
Yeah, well, you had a lot to be guilty for.
You know, I never let myself get close after that. I was like you. Like you.
Yeah, and you made me like that, Michael.
There's a severe irony here. I mean, there were never, ever two brothers who were closer together. You looked up to me.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah, and that's why it hurt so much when I found out that you were glad that I was dead.
You misunderstood. I explained it to you before. You know better now. Did you hear what I said before? Listen to me.
You
Look at me.
seem to think you're not asking much, but you are, Michael.
I know I am asking much.
I don't know. I don't know.
I can feel that you want to make that connection. I can feel that. I know deep down.
Lionel isn't here now, Mother.
No, I didn't come to see Lionel.
No?
Is Alice around?
Sure. Alice?
Jane, of course I came to see you too, honey.
Forget it. I've been nothing but an afterthought to you my whole life. Why should we change things now?
Jane, it's not that at all. I have something very important I want to discuss with Alice.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
But, I mean, naturally, I think she needs a little attention now and then. She's very fragile. You yourself have done a great deal to help her. You should be proud.
Oh, you can stop trying to soothe my feelings, Mother. Fragility is never something I could afford. I've been sunk a long time ago.
Jane, you know, you really must make up your mind. If I come to visit you, you're furious. If I come to visit somebody else, you're still furious.
I am not furious. I'm impatient. With all your stammering and your apologizing, your guilt. I don't need it. You're the one who can't accept the way things are. You are a woman to whom I have happened to be born, with whom I have always had a casual acquaintance. I think it would be a lot simpler if we just kept things the way they are.
Jane.
We'll nod to each other when we see each other on the street. We'll do everything we can to avoid each other's path.
I don't want that. I want to be close to you.
You want to be close?
Yes.
Gee, well, let's start right now. Where have you been, Mother? Why have you been acting so strange? What is it you want to talk to Alice about?
You know, I really don't understand what has come over you.
I feel so much closer now, don't you? Alice is upstairs. Did Jane call me?
Yes.
Oh, where'd she go?
Alice, honey, please come here, sit down. No, I have something I have to tell you.
I thought you were going to stop doing this kind of thing.
What?
I thought I made myself pretty clear. You said you weren't going to pursue it.
I thought...
I've been trying to figure out what the hell I'm going to do now. I mean, I've got all these pieces. I'm trying to line them up in some kind of... You think I need to be reminded of how much I've lost?
I thought this is what you wanted.
No.
The flowers seemed like a gesture.
Uh-huh. A very painful one.
Was that why you did it? Because you wanted to hurt me?
What do you mean, hurt you?
I thought you had a change of heart. I mean, you know what these mean to me. I thought that...
Hey, wait. I didn't send these to you. But I got the ones that you sent me.
In the card?
I got one exactly like... You got one? You got this, too?
Yes, I did.
What is this, some kind of a joke?
Obviously, it's just somebody's misguided attempt to get us together.
Who would do something like that?
Please, you've got to know that I wouldn't do anything like this. Our time in Europe was too important to me. I would never use a memory like this.
I know, of course not. I'm sorry.
Oh, yes, so am I.
forgive me. When I came in here, I just assumed that, oh, man. This is all a mistake.
Maybe it wasn't a mistake.
Alice, I was talking with someone about you today.
Lionel?
No. But someone who cares about you a great deal.
Pearl.
It must be nice to have so many people around you who care, isn't it?
Yes, I feel very lucky.
Well, you deserve all the good fortune you've had. You've certainly had your share of misfortune. Honey, do you remember much about before you went in the hospital?
No, not a lot.
Well, what do you remember?
Well, I remember I told you a little bit about the policeman.
No, honey, I don't want to bring up bad memories. I imagine there had to have been some good memories, too.
Some. Me and my daddy. He worked a lot, but he used to take me places on the weekends. I remember we rode a roller coaster together, and I got sick to my stomach. Isn't that an odd thing to remember? Oh. And then there's the policeman. I think it was another one. He took out his gun and he aimed it at him.
Don't think about that. Look, I want to tell you about the person I was talking to today. Yeah, he's never stopped caring about you, honey.
Well, who is it?
You have to know that there are good reasons you haven't heard from for all this time.
Who? Oh, dear. Look, I'll be right back. You have to tell me who you're talking about. Lion! You came to see me.
Yeah. I'm sorry I missed your birthday.
Oh, that's okay. Nothing matters. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It was Brian you were talking about, weren't you? You were talking about...
No, I'll leave you two alone.
Oh, no. Can we talk outside?
Uh-huh.
Hi.
Hi, Lionel.
Who was that?
Her friend Brian.
Then we're alone. Good.
Lionel, I have to go.
Caroline, I want to know what's wrong.
Victoria will be right in.
How is she?
Thoughtful, I'd say, but that's the point in a retreat. To be alone, have time to sort things out without any interference.
Well, I can assure you I have no intention of interfering. I simply brought some books I thought she might enjoy.
Mason, I know what you're doing. I know how much you cared for Mary. But I think for you to try to find her in Victoria is a serious mistake.
Well, I promise you that isn't my intention. From what I can tell, Victoria needs a friend. That's my only motive.
Oh, hello, Mason.
Excuse me.
Thank you, Mother Isabel. I thought you might enjoy these.
Oh, thank you. Fitzgerald, Capote, Updike.
Yeah, from the sublime to the R-rated. Don't let the sisters peek.
You know, we could move into the common room.
Common? Me? Though I have to confess that being here brings on a rather common urge to, I don't know, cry, I suppose. Maybe I'm the one who needs a retreat.
You still miss her, don't you?
I'd rather not talk about Mary today.
I understand. I'm so sorry.
I was so afraid you wouldn't come back. I felt so terrible when we left you at the cabin. Pearl wanted to come back. Pearl wanted to wait. But I didn't. I wanted you to be here. And now you are. Oh, Brian, you don't know how many times I've dreamt of this. I know you didn't mean it when you said you didn't want me in your life anymore.
I'm sorry if I hurt you, Alice.
Oh, I know. It's all right.
No, it's not. It's not all right. You know, for the longest time, I've been trying to put my life into order ever since I got away from Dr. Rowland. I know you think that I deserted you.
Oh, but you've made up for it. You've come back for me. You have come back for me, haven't you, Brian?
No. See, I've come to see you.
You will be able to stay in Santa Barbara for a couple of days, at least. You know, it's terrible thinking that all I have is 5 minutes and then you'll walk away. And if I don't say the right thing, before then you'll be gone.
Alice, try to imagine how I've lived my life since I knew you. Okay, you remember when Rollins put me in the isolation ward whenever I acted up? Okay, it has been like that, except for I've been alone and there's been no one to act up for. And all of a sudden, you and Michael, you show up and you have these seemingly simple requests that you just ask me to change everything, you see, to change everything for the rest of my life.
Why not? If it's a change for the better, I did it. It's not easy. I acted the same way for a long time. I felt the same way that I had for all those years, but it is worth it. And I'm happy now. Happier. You don't seem happy at all. What is there about your life you like so much that you're not willing to change it? I love you. Pearl loves you. What do you have to beat that? Do you remember the night we had on the roof with all the stars? You loved me then.
I remember. But, there's things that I remember that aren't ever going to happen again.
We can work through it. You and Pearl and I, we can work together to get through it.
No, Alice, you see, I don't know if I'm going to stay here.
Of course you're going to stay. Remember you told me I could do anything if I put my mind to it. Well, now I'm telling you. We need you, Brian. Pearl and I need you. I don't know what will happen to me if I lose you again. You belong here with us.
That's it. I mean, that's the question that I can't answer. Where do I belong?
I lied to you this morning about the wallet. I didn't leave it at the dress shop.
Yeah, I know.
You know where I went?
Yeah. The guard called. He mentioned it. I figured you didn't want me to know you were going to the prison to visit. And I didn't want you to think I was prying.
Thank you.
I am concerned. And curious.
How do I begin? I don't want to lose your respect.
There is absolutely no reason to think you ever could.
I know that's very sweet and very generous of you, but I can't hold you to that.
Listen, Caroline. I know you lied to me once, and I guess you had your reasons.
No, it's not that.
Huh? Then who did you go and see at that prison? There's no rule of friendship that says that you have to tell me.
Thank you. It's just the way it's going to have to be for right now.
Does it really matter who sent them?
No, I guess it doesn't.
It made you think of that time, didn't it? The first time that we were together.
You know it did. I've never been able to look at these particular flowers without thinking about that time.
The train was moving through the mountains, and there were these flowers everywhere. It was so beautiful. You walked in through the door. You didn't even ask me if I could invite you in.
You were so beautiful. I didn't know if I could make it through another hour if I couldn't touch you.
Oh, that night was perfect, wasn't it? And we've been trying so hard to get it back to that. We almost did at the chateau.
Yeah. Except that we weren't really. Look, I just think that we need to move on, and stuff like this makes it more difficult.
You know, when I was getting ready for this and I was arranging the flowers and I was putting on the music, I forgot everything that's happened these past few months. And I thought that was what was happening with you. You were at home thinking up some wonderful surprise like you always do. I guess I let my mind get away with me.
Yeah, you did.
But didn't you too?
It's impossible to ignore what has happened. It's impossible for me, anyway.
Maybe for 5 minutes? I mean, we're here together. We could have 5 minutes where we could just escape.
This was just delivered from your home, Miss Capwell.
Thank you.
How was the private party?
Actually, they never showed up. Dear Eden, I heard from Mama that you and Cruz have broken up. I know how much the two of you love each other, so I sent the flowers to try and help. I remember you telling me that there was coxcomb all around the train the first night you spent with Cruz. I hope you both were able to take a sentimental journey back. Belong together. I miss you, and I hope I can see you soon. Love, Kelly.
We must look pretty pathetic sitting here. Sid and Sadie's sad sack.
Sid and Sadie. Oh, Mason, that's terrible.
Yeah, I know. When I can't think of something clever, I resort to low humor. At least you're laughing.
Yes, and I haven't laughed in a long time.
Not much to laugh about, I suppose.
I don't know if I ever will again.
Oh, sure you will. We always get over the people we lose.
You really believe that?
No.
Then I guess we're just going to have to lie to ourselves. I've lied to myself since I came back to Santa Barbara. And maybe those lies broke up Cruz and Eden.
You couldn't have done that all by yourself. There must have been a weakness there to start with.
Maybe those weaknesses wouldn't have come out if I hadn't have been here. Mason, I have to leave.
What is it?
I'm not feeling very well right now. Please
Come home to NBC for the holidays and have yourself a very Smurfy Chipmunk time with a Smurf Christmas special, followed by a Chipmunk Christmas with those cut-up cuties, Simon Theodore, and yes, of course, Alvin. Then what can make Friday hotter than Miami Vice? Crime Story on its new night tonight on NBC. And Tuesday on 1986, meet three generations of artists whose works have touched us all. The Wyatt Family, an American Dynasty.